That was amazing.
Congratulations to you, Sam Smith.
Thank you. That was great.
Nice to have you on AMP Radio. It's Carson Daly. Angie joins me as well. It is 8:11, and you really are. I mean, it's not just about "Stay With Me," the song that we're playing all the time here at AMP Radio and across the country. But boy, oh boy, you're somebody that I think people are betting the farm on, Sam. So no pressure for you, pal.
I know. Don't worry. I'm past the whole pressure thing. It's killing me.
Two big discoveries. If you're an American and you know Sam Smith, you might have heard him on The Brothers, Guy and Howard, who you know is Disclosure, your friends from over the sea there. They had you on their song Latch. That got some airplay. And then, of course, maybe the Booker at SNL should get a lot of credit, because between Latch and Naughty Boys, you guessed it on their record too, but between Latch and SNL, just in the last month or two, those have been the real big sticking points for those of us who are fans of music in America who've gotten to know you, and you've just knocked both of those right out of the park.
Oh, thank you so much. SNL was the scariest experience of my life.
Why do you say that?
It's so scary. I hate doing television. I find it it's not natural for me, if you know what I mean.
You're going to have to get over that. You know that, right?
I know. Well, I am now. SNL helped with that.
Carson brought in your SNL performance and played it. Not, I obviously heard you in Latch before, but as soon as he played it, that song, I was like, this is an amazing singer. I went to iTunes and pre-ordered your album as soon as I heard it. It was
Angie,
that good.
He has that sort of effect. Like, you hear Sam, and I mean, I've been doing this for over 20 years. It's just one of those. And sure, people are going to mention, because of all the critics stuff that you're getting now, that they have, the Brit Critics' Choice and the BBC Sound of the Year. You won both of those. No Guys won that. Adele's won it. And there's going to be comparisons. But, I mean, Sam, really, what is your background in singing? When did you start?
I started singing when I was 8 years old, and I've trained religiously basically since then. But, I mean, my main teacher has been Whitney Houston, probably, and just soul music. I'm the biggest soul fan.
As we hear "Stay With Me," tell me just a little about the inspiration behind this song.
This song's about, it's quite gritty. It's about a one-night stand, and it's about the morning after and how you don't want that person to leave, even though you don't love them.
You have a new record coming out on June 17th. Some of those songs are available now. I know we mentioned La 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 and Latch are out, but we've also got some other ones. Tell me about your body of work on this record. Like, what sorts of things are you writing about? How are we going? Just take me into the mind of Sam Smith for a minute for the Lonely in the Lonely Hour that comes out in June.
Well, basically, as a lover of soul music, I wanted to sing love songs. But when I started writing this album, I was finding it difficult, because I've actually never been in a relationship before. So I started writing music that was about unrequited love, and this whole album kind of deals with my battle with loneliness. It's not a sad album, it's an empowering album, because I'm saying the things which I think some people can't say, and finding strength in that.
This is a song called Not In That Way. Tell me about this one.
This is just this explains unrequited love perfectly for me. It's basically saying that the person you're in love with just doesn't love you in that way.
How do you write these songs if you haven't been in a relationship?
Well, it's all about these people that I've loved who don't love me back. And I went into the studio with some incredible songwriters, and I fell in love with someone last year who didn't love me back. So it made it very easy for me to write this album.
Oh my God, I'm sad now.
I think Alanis Morissette started out this way, pissed off at a guy with that one song, and then all of a sudden things change. But it is safe to say that a year from now your life will be so much different, especially once this album comes out. Your talent is so undeniable. It reeks of just major, massive sort of Grammy success, because it's on a level that is just so obviously critically acclaimed and well deserved. But do you think about how, when your life changes now, you may not ever find yourself in that position where you love somebody and they won't love you back? How are you going to reconcile your newfound fame?
Oh, I'm gonna be all right. Life really isn't that bad. I'm just gonna. My main aim right now, other than the music, is to just fall in love, because I can't have an In the Lonely Hour Part 2 for my second album, can I?
You're a great looking guy, and one of the most talented men we know. What's the problem, Sam?
I'm too busy. I'm too busy.
Too busy for love.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Oh my gosh, just a baby.
You've got plenty of time.
You don't need to be in love yet.
I'm good. Honestly, I'm not panicking, so I hope you're not panicking.
I'm not panicking. What's your type?
You'll never know.
Okay. By the way, we were playing. We've been playing Tiesto did a remix for
John Legend.
John Legend.
Yes.
And we've been playing that a lot. And I like both the ballad, and I also just like a good remix when I can find one. And I had asked Angie, I was like, have you heard of a good Stay With Me remix? And we just kind of like went around. I don't know if you have one to recommend, but I found this one from Toronto from these two DJs.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever heard this one?
No.
Listen to this for just a second.
Oh, my
So you
gosh.
might have to put it up for a second.
Cause it's true, I'm not good at one night stand. But I still need love cause I'm just a man.
It sounds cool, right? Have you heard that?
Yeah, I
remix
love
song?
it. Who's it by?
I'll send it to you, and I should have the guys' names right here. Do you remember, Stephen? We just found it, and I don't remember the guy's name.
Rainer and Grimm.
Rainer and Grimm. I'm going to write that
I'll send
down
you a
right
copy
now.
of it.
Yeah,
It's
really
great.
good.
That's wicked.
Yeah. So what are your plans now? You did the how was the show last night in LA? What did you think of the Southern California crowd?
Unbelievable. I did the Troubadour like 3 months ago, and I thought that the show I was going to do would be like a couple hundred more people, but I walked in and it was the venue's just massive, and it was just incredible. And I had Howard from Disclosure come on, and we did our song
Nice.
together, which was great. Yeah, amazing show, and I get to do it again tonight, which is magical.
It was sold out last night. Sold out tonight.
Of
2,500
course.
people. That's crazy.
Of course.
That's
How
great.
was Coachella with Disclosure on the weekend?
Oh my gosh, unbelievable! I had to sing after Mary J. Blige.
Oh my God! By the way, if anybody's
fun.
got to have that unfortunate spot, it's you.
I know that wasn't fun, but it went well. It went very well.
How did you like hanging out at Coachella? Were you excited to see anybody there? Do you have friends? I'm sure you have friends, but do you have friends here in the sort of American music scene?
Yeah, I do. It was great, actually. We just, the thing with Coachella as well, a lot of English people are there, so it was kind of just like going to an English festival in some way, but it was just dusty, very dusty.
That's right. There were dust storms.
Well, that's
and
what's
that.
out there. Yeah, it's on like a polo field, and that's all there is there. All right, so you're 21. You're looking for a relationship. You're going to be the biggest singer-songwriter here in the States
like
in the
a
next
dating
12 to
website.
18 months. I mean, we got to figure this out, Sam. San Francisco is a fantastic city. I know you're headed up there. What is your tour schedule in the next just even week or two? What's your life like right now?
Well, I go to San Francisco tomorrow, and then I'm back. I'm going somewhere else in the weekend. I probably can't say it now. And then I'm going to Chicago, Toronto, New York, then Australia for the first time, which is
Nice.
great.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, it's great.
Anybody think about moving your release date up at your record label in the
Yeah.
lonely hour? June 17th seems like a long
I
ways
know
away.
it's the same in the UK, but do you know what I love? I love that we're doing this at our own pace, and we're trying not to ride a wave, if you know what I mean. Of hype, or because I think we there's been many opportunities in the past year where I could have just dropped the album, but I love taking this at my own speed and building my fan base and my career. Slow and steady wins the race.
You're just one of the few artists that you don't have to really strike while the iron's hot because you have the songs on the record to back it up and the talent to back it up. You could just go and drop it in May. But
for me, longevity is what I aim for, and I think doing things quickly and in the moment sometimes doesn't help that.
whose career do you look at musically and you go, see, that's somebody whose music I love. They have a connection to the soul, which is something you can relate to, and they've had a long career.
Gosh, Stevie Wonder, Shaka Khan, Luther Vandross, all those people.
Wow. Who played those records for you when you were a kid, so young?
My mum and dad. I actually didn't listen to guy singers really up until 2 years ago. All my mum would play was Whitney and Shaka.
Because Stay With You, it's such a ballad. If people know you just for that and they haven't gone to listen to other things like Money on My Mind, which is a little more up-tempo.
Yeah.
What sort of music do you like to make, or what will be on the record? Are you sort of is there something for everyone, if you will?
Well, for me, I did Latch and La La La, which are very upbeat tunes, and I wanted my first album to showcase my voice. That was my main thing I wanted to do, and I feel like ballads showcase the vocal the best, I personally feel. And also I was in that headspace when I wrote the album, so this album is full of diva ballads.
Well, I host a show here in the States called The Voice on NBC, and I mean, you really, when I first heard your voice, I was like, oh my God, that like personifies everything that our show stands for.
Wow.
which is just is the voice and loving music for all the right reasons, which is why we have our big red chairs go the other way. So, I mean, I'm going to put you on the spot, but we would certainly love to have you perform on that show. If you could just earmark a date for us.
Please, that'd be great.
We could circle back to that, but really, artists like yourself, they just don't come along that often.
Thank you.
And we're really excited about your career here at AMP Radio and in the States. So we appreciate your time today. Safe travels. Have a great show tonight again at the Belasco, and all the best. When you're in LA, come back and see us.
I will. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Sam Smith, everybody.